Hey everybody, happy Saturday. This is going to be my second video of the day. I've been debating basically whether or not if I wanted to share this, but yesterday I was having a conversation with Autumn Shadowpath, and we were going back and forth with some emails, and basically I was letting her know that I wanted to share this with everyone, but I wasn't sure. So me and her were emailing back and forth, and today she sent me, an email about some cool Oracle cards that she recently purchased. And so I've been thinking about, well, right now, currently I have 3 decks. I have the Crystal deck by Margaret and Limbo, and I have the 2 new decks, Shadows and Light, and the Oracle, the Shapeshifters by Lucy Kavanoff that I got from the Standing Stone, Christopher and Kevin's Etsy store. So I own 3 decks. But I own a lot of decks on my iPhone. I own like 15, 20, all the Doreen Virtue, got everything. The 3 ones that I didn't have that I'm looking to buy in the actual decks, because I want to look at the decks first, see which decks call to me, then buy the actual deck in the store. So the couple, I bought a few today, but the one today that I was working with was the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy, which is one of the decks that I was looking to get. I also want to get the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot, which that one's actually coming out in our iPhone app soon, so when that comes out, I'm definitely going to get that. I mean, her apps are a little expensive. They're like $10, but they're totally worth it. So like today, I bought like 5 different decks, and so I decided to, ask a couple questions and work with them. And, I decided, like, is this something that I want to talk about? Is this something I want to share? I don't want to get a lot of dislikes, negative comments. People were like, yeah, you're crazy, type thing. I don't know. So, again, so I was conversing back and forth with Autumn Shadowpath, and when she mentioned the Oracle cards, it says, you know what? It says, let me look, see if there's anything new with Doreen Virtue on the iPhone. Let me get them. So I bought 5 decks, spent a lot, like $50. Well, a little less than $50 because some of them were like $4. And then I bought a tape of an amazing angel therapy meditation. Now, let me tell you, I just did this meditation for like the last, I don't know, about 45 minutes. I love Doreen Virtue. She's very calming. She's very peaceful. I like her voice. It kind of puts me in a Zen state fairly quickly. So I love her meditations, and this angel meditation was wonderful. So after doing this angel meditation, I was guided. I know my roots are terrible, but I have an appointment to get my hair done next week. Anywho, so this angel meditation, guided me to do a couple things. First thing was to go ahead and get my PayPal account verified, which I went ahead and did that. So I'm excited about that. Went ahead and got verified, got that taken care of. Second thing I was guided to do was to talk about what I wanted to talk about, basically, which is what I was telling Autumn Shadowpath through back and forth. Share how I feel like I found out about my spirit guides. Wow, oh my god, I just mentioned the word spirit guides and the frickin' screen flickered. Hi guys, I guess that's my spirit guide saying hello. Anywho, I first learned about spirit guides while listening to John Edwards' book, The Power of Your Intuition. So since then, that was about maybe 6 months ago or so. Since then, I've pretty much been working with my intuition and working with my spirit guides, and I wondered, I didn't know if they were male and female. I didn't know how many spirit guides I had. I just, it's just that part confused me. Like, I knew there was always something more and something above the higher self, but I just didn't really get it. Like, how many I had, male, female, that kind of thing. So I decided to do meditation work with my spirit guides, and ask directly, how many of you are there? So I did that, and then, pretty much, I went outside to walk the dog, and I kept seeing, like, like when you see something in the corner of your eye, I kept seeing little, like, pink dots, kind of like out of the corner of my eye. And I didn't think anything of it. Then, like, over the next day or so, kept seeing it, pink dots. But I kept seeing pink dots in a set of, like, two. So they were a little lighter than this, maybe more like this type of color, that kind of pink. Kept seeing two of those, and they were always kind of like in a line out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, I'm seeing things, not really thinking anything of it. And then, so I kept seeing that for a few days, and then I went ahead and worked with my spirit guides and asked the same question again. How many, how many of you are there, and what did I see? And the same thing, in my head, I kept seeing the two pink lights, two pink, like, circles, like orbs type thing. So I started to realize that what that must mean is that I must have two spirit guides, of course. Color pink is telling me that they're female. Of course, my favorite color is pink, if anyone doesn't know my Elle Woods obsession. So I was like, wow. I was like, all right. I'm like, is this true? Is this what the case is? So for about a week, every day I would go ahead and ask the same question, like, is that true? Are there are two of you, two females, and do I have two spirit guides? So every time I'd ask that question, about maybe 5 or 6 minutes later, or whatever, maybe half an hour later, whatever was the next, which it seemed fairly quickly to me, but I don't know the exact time frame. I'd ask that question, do a meditation, and then I'd end up looking at the clock, and the clock would either be, and this was, over a series of days, I'd look at the clock, depending on whatever time it was, whether it was AM or PM, I'd look at the clock, and oh my god, my spirit guides are freaking out. My screen keeps flashing. Anyway, so I would see either the numbers 111 on the clock, or 222. So it was either, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the morning, or 222. So 2 o'clock and 22 minutes. So basically, I looked at those meanings, and obviously we know that 1 is the ascension, connecting to the higher self, and wow, connecting to my higher self, screen flickering again. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's fucking crazy. Love it. Hello, spirit guides. Anyway, so excited about that. Excited about the energy, within the meditation I just did. Anyhow, and then I was at the number 222, which, basically according to Doreen Virtue, that's saying that your spirit guides are with you. And my screen just flickered again. So hello, spirit guides. Know you're in the room. Amazingly, love it. So, I really just think that that's a cool story that I wanted to share. So I recently, like I said, found out that I have two female spirit guides. And like I said, I don't know about seeing the things out of my corner of my eye, but I like, in my intuition, I'd like to believe that maybe that's my spirit guides was making themselves shown to me so I can differentiate how many spirit guides I have, whether it was 2, 4, 6, 8. I kept seeing the two pink circles out of the corner of my eye, like kind of like flashing little lights type thing. So I kind of think that's kind of cool. So I've been working with that, and my two spirit guides, and really just trying to, I guess, differentiate between them, and maybe try to figure out if they have names, what their names are. I haven't been able to work with that really much, and try to differentiate, what their names may be, if they have names, if not. So I've just been calling them either ladies or the girls or whatnot. Or I think I've made a conscious decision to, if I can't figure out their individual names, or if that's going to be too difficult, or they don't want to show me what their individual names are, if their individual names are too difficult to pronounce, I decided that I'll just call them the Pink Ladies, since the two pink circles that I kept seeing. So I think that's a nice way to put it. If I can't address them individually, or I can't differentiate between the two individual female energies, then I will just call my spirit guides the Pink Ladies. Just wondering, what you guys all think about this. If you think I'm crazy, you can go ahead and put down in the comment box, you're crazy, what's the matter with you, yada yada yada. But, I really, do believe that we do have angels and spirit guides. I've always believed that, even since I was a young child. But when I was a young child, I believed spirit guides were angels. And as, I learned from John Edwards, really, your angels are your spirit guides, and they're really not, people that you believe as angels that may have, crossed over in your family and things of that nature. That, yes, they are angels, but they aren't your higher self angels. They aren't your spirit guides. Oh my God, my screen just flickered. It's like every time I'm mentioning the word spirit guides, it's like, pew, and my screen, and it's like, wow. So that's like some crazy energy right there. So, alright, I just wanted to share that. Wow, okay. So I don't know if anyone else can see that, but in my frame, I'm seeing two of myself, of my screen in each frame. Hello, two spirit guides. Yeah, okay. So, alright, maybe that's just reading a little bit too much, and maybe it's just a reflection, but I still think it's kind of cool. It's definitely a sign of a number 2, which is 2 and 7 are my lucky numbers, and 2 is a representative number of someone very close to me who was killed in a car accident many years ago, and 2 is a number that represented him and is a reminder of him. So, I like to think, when I think of the number 2, not only are my spirit guides with me, but his angelic presence is also with me. So, alright, happy Saturday. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful day. And put down some comments. What do you think? And if anyone else wants to share their stories on the spirit guides, I would love that. Alright, love you guys.